So I had a wholesaler friend of mine who sent me this property, an opportunity here to fix and flip a house. I've heard that it's got a lot of nasty mold in the basement, so I'm a little bit worried about it. So it's looking like if I can sell it for $170, I could make a $30,000 profit on this house. It sounds like it's a project that's worth doing. So I think I'm gonna give that investor a call back.
I'd love it at 70.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. We're battling with a lot of things. The roof needs to come off, as well as we're dealing with black mold.
I've got 2 project managers. They're both on 2 projects right now, and I took on this major project. And then came to me, she's my personal assistant, she asked me, she said, hey look, can I handle this project? I'm just struggling because I don't wanna take it from her. Well now, here we are 2 weeks into it. You just heard what Manuel said. You know, he doesn't think it can happen for $30,000. I'm gonna have to grab this project back and give it to another project manager. It just doesn't work. You can't flip a house halfway. I can't stress enough the relief I feel. Jason's on it. He'll take care of it.
You want me to get rid of these trees? Or do you like them?
Absolutely. And I wish they were gone like 7 weeks ago. We spent $40,000. $2,500 more, so $42,500 because $2,500 just went to our windows. They're pretty much just, it's your baby for the next 4, 6 weeks, whatever it's gonna take. I know he's gonna make it look good. You saw him in there looking at the kitchen being like, ah, okay. Like you could see his wheels spinning. He's good at that. He makes the spaces, defines the spaces, makes them look good.
But I was gonna tear that out, probably put like maybe a peninsula.
That'd be cool. So it's kind of like tied in there. Open concept.
Yeah.
So the main money is upstairs, you just gotta make the kitchen sexy and maybe rethink some of that. Then down here, you just gotta like make this make sense in the outside. Because the outside.
I can make that kitchen sexy.
Yeah, I know.
That's my forte.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I walked in there and I was like, oh. Jay Reed's back on the job. What? The biggest problem with this house is the mold house was there was all this water coming into the basement. There's a low groundwater here, so the sump pump was broken. I think that was the whole reason why stuff kept coming up in here, right? So now we've torn everything out, and I want to believe that it's like clean, done, right? That it's like not gonna have any more problems. And if, by the way, in the next 2 weeks we get like a heavy rain, pay special attention if it comes up. Because I think that solved the problem, but I would hate to see happen is all gets framed out and done. It's like, oh, there's water, you know? On top of the $42,500, he has $12,500 to do the things we discussed and make it look really good so we sell it for $170 or more. But more so than the $12,000, just make it look good. Make it look better than that neighbor's house. Got a golf course in the backyard. It's on a nice little road. It's got 2-car garage now. It's a big house.
All right.
Excited.
It's gonna be sweet.
I'll be extremely happy if 6 weeks from now he spent $12,500 and that thing looks killer so I can list it for $175. I would be ecstatic. And I think that's what's gonna happen right here.
I showed up to stop work order. Miguel was here taking out trash, and he just kind of like pretending not to speak English. And he's like, "Oh, I don't know what's getting done," and then they kind of just walked in, took pictures. I'm not sure all what they got pictures of, but I went and talked to the city, and they gave me a list of stuff that he knows for sure we're doing. Like windows are getting done, electrical was added and changed in the kitchen, basement was being finished. They know the carport was enclosed, which is probably the biggest thing. And that's why it's so important when you start a project to have like 1 to 2 days you have a dumpster and you do all your demo in those 2 days. You have to get it done quick, and then that way the dumpster's gone, and because that's a red flag. City drives by, sees a dumpster, like, whoa, what's going on? So you got to get the dumpster gone, and then if you're doing something like a carport, that has to be done in like 1 to 2 days. They've set us back. It's just meaning that I'm doing stuff out of order now in order to keep working, and it takes me like from working to like doing stuff like drawing pictures, which took me 2 days. See the detail in that was? Everything had to be to scale. They needed to know exactly where the windows were, and it's still not good enough. I think it's gonna cost us about 2 weeks. It's done to code, so it's not like a huge hassle if I do have to pull permits on it, but we're just on pause right now. I'm trying to get everything buttoned up down here, so.
house next door sold for $170,900, and they gave up $4,950 to seller concessions. I sold my house for $176,900 and only gave up $3,778 in concessions. So we definitely hit the mark and we got our resale price.
"7 o'clock Friday night, day of closing, water basement scare. It's closed, it's done, relief, and all of a sudden, boom, same problem. How much money is it going to cost to like fix this demon basement?"
No, the sump pump's working fine. Like, it's not coming from like cracks in the walls or anything. We just got to do a few little things.
Okay, it wasn't that big of a deal.
No, just the window well just filled up, and it's like the deepest window well in the house, but it's like right next to a downspout.
So knowing it's a different problem, that's fine. That makes me feel so much better. This is minimal.
Yeah.
And I feel like we dodged a bullet here. Crisis averted.
I purchased the property for $70,000 on January 31st. 204 days later, I sold the property on August 22nd for $176,900. So that was a total of $106,900 of gross profit. Sounds pretty good, right? But here was the numbers breakdown. We spent $3,778 in seller paid concessions. The agents got $6,193. The title company and home warranty service got $1,646 total. We spent $1,641 in property taxes, utilities, and insurance. And the laborers and Home Depot got a whopping $81,078. That was my total repair costs. $8,383 in interest costs. And I also spent about $9,000 paying property managers for their time and also the salary for the time they were doing the projects. So, after 204 days of property ownership, I got to write a $4,819 check. So let's talk about some key takeaways. Takeaway number one, I relearned this again, not all real estate flips are profitable. You go into it with the best of intentions, but it doesn't always happen that way, right? Real world stuff happens. And even a seasoned investor like me that saved money in a couple key categories, number one being interest. I didn't pay hard money interest rates. I paid a private lender much lower than that. And number two, real estate commissions. Well, my listing agent's a friend of mine and he did it for a really good rate, so I didn't spend that much in commissions, you'll notice. But again, not all flips end up being profitable, so you gotta recognize when you go into a flip. Hope for the best, sometimes plan for the worst. So key takeaway for me, number two, relates to delegation. In my business, I've been able to make a lot of money by delegating things and getting things done through other people. But delegation is a two-edged sword. One, you can do a lot more things by delegating and getting things done through other people. But two, the people you delegate to, ultimately you're responsible for their actions and if they make you money or not. So I delegated to a new project manager here who subsequently gave the project to other people who I felt like probably weren't as qualified as they should have been. Ended up paying for work a couple of times, I think overpaying for certain things. If I'd have started this project like normal with Jason as my project manager, I think I would have ended up with about a $20,000 to a $25,000 net profit. So key takeaway number three for me in this project is trust your gut. I've had this happen over the years a lot. When I'm looking at properties, looking at projects, where I'm talking to people and sellers, I need to trust my gut. And I found this out again. A couple weeks into this project, I went there, I was checking some things out, and my gut was telling me something was wrong, that we weren't getting this thing done, we weren't on time, we weren't on budget, and it just wasn't happening the way I thought. My project manager then called me down and said, hey, look, I've got this handled, so I chose to just let them own it again, and I walked away at that point. But had I trusted my gut and gone and taken it back, at that point, I probably could have pulled out a net profit on this thing, and I wouldn't be dealing with the net loss I'm dealing with right now. Hey, if you liked that video you just saw, do me a personal favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel and let us know what you think. Leave us a comment. We definitely want to know what you guys think so we can keep putting out good content for you.